Okay, hello everyone. Yes, I am Mr. Rob Ronan, but I am also a lover of DNF Duel and especially a lover of Launcher. And this game is about to get its massive grand balance patch. What are they calling it? The big patch, the big juicy one. And just like everyone, Launcher is getting some crazy buffs. I am so excited. This is the big break that this game needed. But of course, as a selfish FGC person, I am going to be looking at the buffs and changes of my characters first. Of course, I'll read the rest of the cast as well, but my characters matter the most. So I've just looked at Vanguard and Launcher as well. Whew, she got some juicy stuff. So we're going to go through everything because I think the patch will probably come out like tomorrow or I don't know, sometime soon. I imagine within the next few days. So I want to make sure I know what I'm going to get with Launcher by the time that the patch actually comes out. And it's some good stuff. She gets, like, basically a lot better pressure and a lot better combos, which is what she was weak at. She had pretty okay zoning, and now her zoning is obviously a little bit better, but now when she actually gets in, she gets in. So let's look at her notes. So what I found interesting is she got a lot of changes to a lot of things to extend her combos and stuff. But what I found interesting is that the main changes that they thought were the most important to her were that her standing A and crouching A are now buffed. So she got some buffs to her regular normals, but this is the stuff that they thought was like gonna be the most beneficial for her and like the main changes of the patch, because they put like the little summary of what the characters get in this red section. So her crouching A and standard A are more useful with the added buff to them and more skills to combo and make the neutral better. We'll get to what those buttons actually mean soon. So she gets what everyone else gets, increased HP and guard gauge and a boost to her awakening effect. Her HP buff was actually probably one of the smallest in this patch. She only gets 50. I think Vanguard got an extra 100. And she got a little less guard gauge increase than Vanguard as well. So she's still a low life character. Now she's actually probably like even lower because she didn't get buffed as much as other characters. Because she wasn't too bad before, but maybe now she's actually a little bit more squishy. Her awakening effect, which is where she does tons of chip damage, I'm sure you're aware. Where she can just do special moves and you lose like half of your life. Now gets some extras, so now she does more damage, I imagine this means, and she also does more guard damage. So combining that with the changes that Vanguard got to his awakening effect, they both basically have the exact same awakening effect now. They both do more damage, more guard gauge damage, and more chip damage when they're in awakening. So good thing that these two are my mains. They both have basically the same effect when they go into awakening, so I don't have to think about anything, and I love that. Now, these are the changes that they said were the most important. So her standing A and her crouching A basically got the same changes. Increased the hit stun, and for standard A, extended the untech time. Oh, it happened for crouching A as well. I'll just talk about them all here. Reduced the startup of crouching A, so it comes out faster. I believe it was like 10 frames or 9 frames before, so she might actually have some decently fast moves. Hopefully it's like 8 or even 7, so that she can actually mash out of some situations that were just impossible for her. Less recovery, which is good. Maybe it can now combo into things like her standing S or whatever. It used to not be able to do that at all. Increase the hit stop duration, so I guess it just has slightly more hit stun, increased hit stun. So it increases the hit stun in multiple ways and has less recovery, extended the untech time, and now can be followed up by standing A, which I thought was interesting. So all of those changes, basically, all of her standing buttons have a lot more hit stuns so they can combo into more things. And maybe that might mean that, like for the standing attack string, that it can combo into the projectile from further away now, so she can get like this situation from a lot more ranges. And for the crouching, hopefully that means that it can like actually combo into this, or combo into, probably not that, but actually can combo into some things and you get something off of it. Because at the moment you kind of could only get this if you were really close, or like that kind of weird setup stuff. It wasn't a great button. So now it's actually faster and she can actually get stuff off of it. And if I read that correctly, she can cancel it into her standing A. So I don't know if that means she'll be able to like do the follow-up, because you know when she does her standing A, she has the double blast afterwards. Maybe she'll just do like crouching A into the double blast, so like do, or maybe just like there, it'll be like she can just go like that as a Gatling, so she can go standing A, crouching A, and then into the follow-up, so it does like a total of 4 hits. That would be pretty ridiculous, because now on Oki, she's already a pretty good Oki character, but now if the opponent's blocking, they can just go, what? You get these 4 hits before you go into your special moves, and then into your mana special moves. She's just gonna like completely eat through your guard gauge. And as if she wasn't already good at that. Oops, that was meant to be this. And then, yeah, she's gonna be even better at what she already does. And just having her standing buttons, which were kind of one of her biggest strengths, because they are big and they do hit like a ginormous amount of the screen, are now more useful, combo into more things, better on block, and the crouching one, being her fastest button, might actually be decently fast and actually lead into stuff, which, hallelujah. And yeah, those changes might be quite substantial, like significantly increased hit stun or significantly reduced recovery and stuff, because they mention these as like the main buffs. Also, the changes to untech time could be pretty damn useful. So in situations like this in the corner, increasing the untech time means like the opponent doesn't recover out of them as quickly. So like in a combo like this, see how the opponent just instantly jumps out after that? Maybe that'll mean that in situations like this where you're getting like free combos in the corner and doing your standing AA in the like as a juggle, the opponent won't instantly flip out after the first one, which does happen sometimes. Like for example, if I just hit them like this, I could go for standing AA. And then standing AA actually combos into your slide, so that could lead to some really good combos in the corner if she's able to go, or just in general, if she ever gets the opponent in the air and she can actually use her standing AA and the opponent just doesn't instantly like flip out. So I can do this and then go into standing AA again, or even crouching A and then AA, and then go into my sweep. There's just a lot more combo potential and meterless combo potential, which is something she really, really needed, because basically all of her pressure and all of her combos were just like special moves, special moves, special moves, special moves, oh, I'm out of meter, damn. And now she can actually get stuff by going like doo-doo-doo, bam, and then actually gets combos off of that. Oops. And then she gets to go into sweep and then get her knockdowns and into la 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 la. That will be a really significant buff. Next, changes to Airborne A as well. Basically has more hit stun, launches the opponent higher, and has less recovery. So basically buffed everything about it. I imagine it'll just make it a bit better of a combo tool and it can connect more easily. So stuff like this, we saw that she will have like jump cancels and stuff, so maybe she just has more potential to go for more easy air combos. Oops. Maybe she can go into jump S more easily now. Because now that that's a hard knockdown, and do combos like this. It'll just make it more easy to do juggles. Maybe it'll also make it easier to go for things like if I into that, and then if it has less recovery, I can like go into it again or something. I don't know. There'll be some changes there, and it'll lead to better combos because it has more hit stun and launches the opponent higher. So now the changes to her B normals. This is her massive flamethrower, and the disarming motion can now be cancelled. So I imagine the way they phrase that really weirdly, and I think that they're trying to emphasize that you can't combo off of it, but like the recovery can actually be cancelled, which is going to be super, super, super strong. Because that was the bad thing about this special move, is that it can just get obliterated by most characters. Like Ghostblade can just literally use his forward S and it just punishes it, but most characters have normals that can just punish the long recovery on this. So even though it's giant and really, really good at holding the opponent down in neutral, it was pretty weak if the opponent knew how to punish it, especially considering it does like no damage and no guard or no chip and like anything. So now it might be actually a bit useful. So if I hit the opponent, I might be able to cancel this recovery where she like puts it away and go for something like this. So if I go for like a meaty stuff like that, or maybe like if it's fast enough, she can even like combo into that to get a little bit more damage off of it. They didn't say they buff any of the damage, so I imagine it'll still do little damage and it'll be more optimal to go for like setups. Oops. So yeah, she can cancel. Go for this now probably and like get some actual Oki or something off of it, because she just used to like hit it and nothing happened. She didn't get much damage, she didn't get much advantage of any sort. So now hopefully she'll just get something. And they specifically said that it's during the real back, so I imagine you won't be able to get combos, but you're able to get more meaty advantages and stuff. So she kind of got Anji changes. Her crouching B, so her grenade that she throws on the floor, can now be cancelled with her skill buttons. So that's like your heavies, and it now launches the opponent higher. Yeah, so that'll just make it easier to go for combos. So now, even on whiff, she can actually cancel into special moves. I actually forgot about that when I read through it the first time. That is giant. Because now, like, it was pretty cool because it stayed on the screen for a long time in neutral and just made this like giant blockade, and it blows up when the opponent touches it. So unlike rangers, it's not just on a timer. It is on a timer, but if the opponent walks into it, it'll blow up instantly. So it's a really, really strong landmine like grenade. So if she can just like throw that out and then go for her projectiles afterwards, that is really, really strong. She doesn't have to spend meter on it at all. She can just go like, oops, like that and cancel it and go for like your projectiles. That is really, really powerful because now like a lot of her pressure, sometimes people would go for this. If I can do that and like throw it out and then go for my projectiles, or I could even use it like for combos maybe, like if I could go do and then cancel it into my slide, now she might actually have some more Gatling like combos and go for stuff like that. Imagine that could work really well. Or I could even go into my projectile. So you could have stuff like that. That is really, really, really cool possible potential there. But it launching the opponent higher will also mean that she can like dash up and get stuff more easily, because something that people used to do, like throw this down, and then if they block it, you can go for pressure, or if they get hit, then you can just go for your standing AAs, but you had to react pretty quickly to them getting hit because it didn't launch them too high. So now if they don't get launched so lowly and it launches them higher, it could be easier to get these kind of hit confirms. That was not the right combo, but you know what I mean. So yeah, this normal is going to be pretty damn crazy now. So it's an amazing neutral tool because now she can throw it out and like in combination with the projectile. So you put out like a wall and a projectile at the same time. The opponent can't approach you, and they also can't like hide away because you also throw a projectile. That's really, really scary. So it's better zoning, better pressure, because she can do it like on block as well, and like better setups because, actually I don't know about setups, because if they're already knocked down, it's, well actually yeah, because of the enhanced hit, now she can combo more easily off of it. So yeah, that's gonna be a really crazy normal. And it was already one of her biggest strengths, but now it's just even more useful. Yes, please. Now the Airborne B, this is an interesting change. Expanded the hitbox. That is not the change that I think anyone was asking for this special move. Because like the main thing that was a problem is that it had just really crappy frame data. Like sometimes you just can't combo off of it, and sometimes the opponent like, usually when you hit it like on block, it's just not plus at all, and the opponent can just mash you out or DP or anything. So expanding the hitbox, also how do you expand the hitbox of a bullet? Like they're just hits, like unless this becomes like a, like shotgun blast, like rapid like spread fire shotguns. I don't know how they're gonna expand the hitbox. I think the change that people would have wanted is like give it kind of like a vacuum effect, so it like sucks the opponent into where the bullets are gonna go. Yeah, I'm not sure. Like see there, I don't even get a combo off of it if I don't do it at like the right height. So I think people would have preferred like a frame data change or something, but we'll see how it goes. But this makes the increased hitbox. Maybe you just throw it out and it's like the ideal would be like it just is like this massive like shotgun Gatling blast where it just like completely spreads the screen with bullets, and it would still have pretty bad frame data, but at least it might be like good at like covering the opponent and just showering them in bullets a lot more effectively. That could be kind of cool. What's next? Okay, now we get to specials. So her crouching S, which is where she like shoots a grenade into the sky, it becomes like a 6p now. So Vanguard got a really improved anti-air, and now she does as well. So it removes the upper body hurt box, which was already really low because she's crouching. So I imagine the hurt box is gonna be like Eno slide level, because it's gonna be like, what, down on her knees, but her knees are already on the floor. So this could be a really good anti-air. It can now also be jump canceled and what, reduce recovery or something? Reduce damage scaling. So you'll do more damage, you'll be able to combo off of it, and it has reduced upper body invincibility, so it's basically a 6p. So I'm really, really excited for this change because covering the air was something she's not very good at, because even if she gets anti-airs, what, she just got nothing off of this because you don't jump in and go for a combo because it blasts her back. You can't use this as an anti-air. You could like kind of use this, but then you don't really get anything off of it and it could not work. So being able to go for this and actually have a really, really effective anti-air that isn't like this stupid thing or whatever is going to be super, super strong. So if I get like a jump cancel, I can go for stuff like this, jump A into that, and now that's going to be a hard knockdown, so I can actually combo into this, which will hit the opponent now. Like she'll actually get combo potential and a good anti-air just from this one change. And like I'm using a conversion here, but this is going to be like free combos, aerial combos into special moves or into setups. It's going to be really, really strong. And like it launches the opponent really, really high into the air. So I'm wondering if you're going to be able to just get like re-jumps and land on the ground and then get grounded buttons. I don't know. Or maybe they've like improved this special move enough that like it has an increased hitbox or it will actually hit the opponent here. I don't know. But I'm really intrigued to see how well she actually gets combo potential off of this, because not only... It would be good if they just made it upper body invincible, but now they also gave her like really cool combo potential off of it. I'm excited to see how much potential that actually gives. So this is like her slide, her low slide, reduced knockback distance. I'm not sure if that's going to be on block or on hit. On hit, it's not too bad. Like, it leaves you at the right distance to go for your setups and stuff. I don't know if it's going to leave you like, what, like here? You can easily go more for the dash. Actually, I think that's probably what it's going to be for. So if you're not aware, Launcher has a setup where she can go for like an instant air thing, and then, oops, I find it quite difficult. But she can, after she lands, she can go for like an instant dash in into a grab, and if she times it perfectly, the grab will actually combo into the explosion. I find it quite difficult, especially if I haven't been playing her for a bit, because you need to time the dash perfectly. But maybe if you're closer to the opponent now, it'll be a lot easier to time this, and you'll be able to combo off of your throw into the explosion a lot more easily. That could be hella scary, because that was kind of her strongest offense. Because if the opponent like gets hit by the throw, they get a combo, but also if you don't go for a throw, you're super plus in their face with that massive explosion that does like half of your guard gauge. So that could be really, really, really cool. I'm intrigued to see how that actually turns out. Okay, laser rifle. Oh yeah, so that's the aerial laser. They basically made it like better in every way, and also I think, yeah, wait, what? Yeah, untechable. So that means it's a hard knockdown. Sorry, I was trying to find where they said that. So it's better in every way now. It has less recovery, more hit stun, and now will continue combos. So she got some things that can actually OTG the opponent now. So now when the opponent gets hit by this in the air, so like after what we were talking about here, when she does stuff like this, if that's a hard knockdown, she can now combo into this, and then she can probably dash to the corner and get extended combos because the reduced recovery off of that. And yeah, these changes are super good. So she has reduced landing recovery as well. So maybe she'll be able to get combos off of it at better heights, because she used to only really get a combo if she was like super low to the ground. Like here, I could get a combo. But like at any other height, like even like here, I don't think I would get a combo. So maybe, I doubt it'll be at like peak range like this, she'll get a combo. But maybe like after like slightly lower, like stuff like this, she might actually be able to get stuff, which will be super, super strong, because it'll make her jump ins like actually scary, and the opponent actually has to respect you a little bit, which is something they did not have to do against her jumping at all. So that's awesome. And yeah, obviously now that it hits the opponent into a hard knockdown, you're like, just any time you can end a combo in it, just becomes like a combo extender, and then I can go into this again, and then yeah, that's gonna be super, super cool. Super cool. And now into her MS things, which is where it ends. Basically all of her MS buttons got buffed. So the laser rifle, which is, you know, her full screen laser, it's basically her anti-zoning tool. It doesn't do too much damage, but it like deletes all the projectiles on the screen. So it's now cheaper, which is good, because it didn't do like much for her. It doesn't do much damage, doesn't have much advantage. Like it's not very plus on hit or whatever. Now it's just cheaper. It has more hit stun, more block stun, and extended the untech time, which I guess means like if it hits in the air, she'll have slightly more advantage as well. So basically, actually, wait, did they say it increases the damage? I think they just said it's cheaper, right? Yeah. So basically, it's cheaper and gives you her slightly more advantage when she does it. So both on hit and block, she'll have like slightly more plus frames, because here currently it's like 0 or like +2 or something. It's like nothing. So now if it's more plus, she might actually be able to like throw out some projectiles a little more like meaty, where the opponent just can't like instantly attack at the same time as you. And if it hits the opponent in the air, it has a little bit more untech time. So I guess it just has, you know, more hits done, and she can just go for her projectiles and set up her zoning game a bit better afterwards. And it's also cheaper, which is good because it was already pretty cheap. Oh, actually it was 50. Wow, I thought it was cheaper than that. So that's really, really big buff to her anti-zoning, which is good because she got zoned out by basically every zoner, and now she'll be able to actually contest and do her job as the launcher. Now her barbecue, crouching MS, so this is her DP, reduce recovery on hit and launches the opponent higher. So basically she's just gonna get more hit advantage when she actually hits the opponent with it, which, oops, I keep forgetting there's no dash macro after playing a bunch of Strive. Now, like, because as you can see here, just like her regular MS, she's got like like she's like +6 or something. She has no advantage at all. So now hopefully the opponent gets launched higher and she has less recovery. So maybe I can like jump now, like hopefully at least like 10 frames so I can like just do something. Now you can't even get like this meaty or anything. So the opponent is launched higher, so have more hit advantage and less recovery. So she can just act a lot earlier, hopefully set up some projectiles, set up something so that she actually gets a bit of advantage when she manages to mash out of the opponent's pressure. So it was already pretty decent DP. The only thing was that it's a little slow, but it has a pretty decent hitbox, upwards and everything. So it was quite good at mashing out of the opponent's offense. But now she actually gets to like go for stuff afterwards that will hit the opponent. Next, we have forward MS. So this is the massive cannon, reduced recovery, and can like OTG the opponent. So when they're in a hard knockdown, it'll still hit them, which applies to this laser, which it will be a hard knockdown, and then you can just combo into this, which is ridiculous. And they say reduce the recovery, and this is what makes me suspicious, like when I was talking about in my Vanguard video, like what all these reduced recovery things mean. Because we saw this in the trailer, and people thought, like in Sonic Soul, who plays a lot of DNF Duel, he thought that it would be able to be cancelled into a dash by how fast she went into the dash in the trailer. Like, and I agreed, because it looked like she would just like instantly went from the animation into the dash animation. But apparently it's not dash cancelable, and there are dash cancel changes, and they mention it. It's not dash cancelable, it just has such reduced recovery that it looks like as soon as she does it, she can just dash in from the trailer, which will be super strong if it's really that powerful. Because now, like she can just throw it out, and I imagine it'll be like going for this, and she can just dash up and dash the opponent full screen, and like the changes to the lights in that example that you just saw there, those lights would actually probably combo the opponent, then I can go in for a slide. She might have some pretty crazy combo potential. Especially after this, if it is fast enough that she can actually get this, because it OTGs the opponent now, can you think about this potential? So if I go like, do, this combos into this now, probably, and then she can, like that combos into this, and then she'll be able to dash full screen and then to go for her corner combos, like anywhere. She's gonna be a kind of a combo monster. So less recovery that she can basically dash cancel it, and she'll be able to do stuff like this. And so she just gets like what, corner combos from anywhere? That is really, really crazy. And now all of her grenade stuff is stronger too. Like, oh, this character is gonna be wild and I cannot wait. But yeah, combo potential through the roof, thanks to this being an OTG, this being a hard knockdown, being able to Gatling her grenade into her specials so she can cancel it into this, and being able to get these more consistently, even in juggles, like, whoa, the combo potential. And we're not even done. So her back MS, which was already kind of useful, unfortunately didn't get too much, it's just now cheaper. Maybe now, if it's like significantly, what does it cost now? Yeah, 50. So maybe if it costs like, imagine if they put it down to like 20 or something, I could see people maybe trying to go for this in combos. The thing is, it's just not very reliable. Like it can either like weirdly hit the opponent where they just get blasted and like knocked onto the floor instantly. It doesn't really do its thing very consistently. So like there, it didn't really work. They got hit by the things too early. And like sometimes it works well, sometimes it just really is not that useful. Like it's actually hard to make it be useful. Yeah, I can't even use it correctly here. So yeah, maybe people will find some optimal combos where they can actually use this correctly, and it'll just be like really cheap combos that they can do a lot more easily. I don't know. What was the last change? Oh, the last change was to her atom bomb, quantum bomb. Now does more damage, increased minimum damage, which is an interesting change because increased minimum damage means like it does basically more damage even if you have a ton of scaling in your combo. It won't be applied to like all of the scaling, and it'll do a big chunk of damage either way. Which is unusual because usually it is not going to hit during combos, but it's going to hit like to start them or going to hit on block. So are they trying to suggest that this thing is going to be hitting during combos and she's going to have such wild combo potential that that's just going to be something that happens? So like after I get this, maybe this has so much recovery that I can go for my atom bomb and then like continue my combos. Imagine that. So this has significantly reduced recovery, we already found out. So imagine if she can go for stuff like this and then just combos into it. Like what? Oops. So I go for stuff, go for the MS, and then like I can juggle into my standing buttons, which now have a lot better like juggling properties. And like, I'm really scared as to what this actually is going to mean. It's a bit hard to demonstrate now because she doesn't have all the changes yet. Yeah, but like, look at that. Look at this combo. Is this something she's going to be doing more easily? And then that will do ton, because as you can see from all those buttons I did there, the atom bomb did like no damage, but now it's going to have like basically not like do a lot more damage even if there's a lot of scaling. So is she going to have ridiculous atom bomb during combos that if she does, well guys, how am I ever going to stop playing this game? I was already like scared that I'm not going to be able to stop playing Vanguard, but now Launcher sounds like she's going to be the most epic badass character to ever exist. I'm really, really scared, guys. I need free time. It's the holidays. What about the family spirit and stuff? I'm not going to be able to stop playing this game. This Launcher is going to be so crazy. So just to quickly, I'm going to try and quickly recap all the cool things that we get. So her standing buttons are really good. They have increased hit stun, and she can actually use her crouching button and maybe cancel it into standing ones, and they'll actually combo into more things. So like, they'll combo into her projectile and stuff more consistently, even from further ranges. And they will connect in juggles as well and not completely drop the opponent. So if I do stuff like this, I can do them again, the opponent won't flip out as quickly. She has, oh my god. She can cancel the recovery of this into special moves, so probably gets better Oki off of it, probably not combos. She can now like Gatling this into her other special moves, so she'll be able to use it like as part of her Gatlings. And go for stuff like this, and it also launches the opponent higher, leads to better zoning and stuff, because she'll be able to like do it into projectiles. She'll be able to get better combos by, she has, I don't even know how to list these. She has an amazing anti-air that basically is 6p, that can be jump cancelled, goes into this. This is now a hard knockdown, so she gets combos whenever she hits this anti-air, which happens a lot, because she hits people out of the air a lot, and hits this a lot, and now that it's a hard knockdown on aerial hit, she can use this, which is now an OTG, and because it's an OTG, she'll also be able to combo it off of this, probably, and it recovers so quickly that she can like dash in full screen, probably, and go to her corner combos from wherever, and like combos like this will work. And the Atom Bomb is probably going to be able to be used in the middle of combos, and it will have less scaling, and she can do ridiculous stuff like this. I'm really, really scared. Just kidding, I'm excited to play this character. Oh my god. I need to go into hibernation and wake up as soon as this patch comes out so I can just spend years playing and not sleep. Right? I hope you guys are as excited as I am, that I don't sound like an absolute dingbat. Anyways, I'm sure you are. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you there. Bye.